also have a number of red dots in our mini map in the top left corner. That means there's enemies nearby. So let's deal with these spiders. What do you want to do, Chris?
Oh, I'm going to sneak up on him and I'm going to
sneak
get him.
up on him. All right. Nice.
Quick and quiet.
Give me a power attack to that spider. Arcane Veil. Corrosive Siphon. Spread the love around.
Oh, yeah.
Spiders
love the
everybody
corrosive
gets
siphon.
All right,
Yeah.
another power attack on that spider. We're building up that stun meter over time. That's going to allow us to do a special attack when the stun meter's full. Looks like Kai's done his companion ability, and now he's taunting that spider, drawing aggression away from us, which is very nice. And now we get that special attack.
Hit it with some electricity.
And a little bit of electricity grenades.
Back off and finish it with the wand.
Awesome.
Easy.
Nice job.
Thank you.
All right, let's keep moving. Ooh, it looks like we've got a blocker here, some webs in the way. Thankfully, Kai has an ability that will let us get right past that. Let's use Kai's Fire Starter ability. Yeah, burn him down with Corrosive Siphon.
Get all my health back.
Looking good. Arcane Veil's active. We're healed again. Kai's getting in the mix.
Good.
Oh, we got
Good
Bristly
friendship.
Frost. Excellent. So we're dealing with some accumulated frost
Oh, I'm
damage.
going to get the Zorup up here. Thinks he's cheeky.
Where'd he go?
There he is.
Running away from us.
Did he jump up there? No. Beetle left? Yeah, the beetle's left. Oh, beetles.
Oh, he's so fast.
He's nimble.
There you go. Nice. And there's something in there these ruins don't want us to get to. Thankfully, there's a wire on the left and a wire on the right. I think those are going to go to the essence generators. So the one on the left was going below us. Let's pop down there and see what we can find. Yes, there it is. All right, that's one down. There's the other. Should be close by. It was right off to the right. Oh, there it is in that gap.
What? Oh,
On the left.
Right
on the
there,
left.
right there, right there.
Yeah, there it is.
Got it. Boom.
Nice.
That must have.
All right, with both those sigils activated, the gate is open. We can get our prize from the sarcophagus. Bitter bonding. Let's check that out.
All right.
All right, 10% of weapon damage restored as health. This is going to be super helpful for us as blood mages. So as we're doing damage, we're going to get a little bit of health back. That sounds fun to me. Let's equip it.
You got it?
I think we've got some rangers on the left. We should deal with them right away. Yeah, they're going to be no fun. Raining arrows down on us. All right, that's one down. Power attack. Oh, a grenade
nice.
as he jumps. Nice. That was
Like,
stylish.
with the lightning.
Very
Is there one
stylish.
more?
Is there another one?
I'm being sloppy. Where'd he go? There he is.
Oh,
It's this guy. That's
Oh,
why.
it's the fighter.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
We got something for him.
All right, so he's got a shield,
That wasn't
which
it.
means we're going to need to break his defense in order to deal damage to him. That's
And
why
then
Chris is using a
Kai's-
power attack here.
Oh.
Chris is going to use Kai's companion ability to hit that skeleton, and he's toast. Now we've got a mini boss, the Godless Executioner.
Try again, try again.
Try again.
It's okay. He'll get me one day.
This guy hits hard, and he has a very extensive range, so we want to
He did get me.
stay.
He did get me a few
We want to
times.
stay out of his reach. Ooh, it looks like he's being healed. Oh, there's a priest up there. We got to get him right away.
We're gonna get you.
Arcane Veil active. Corrosive Siphon.
Melting you down. No more healing.
Melt down
We're
that
done with
priest.
that.
Excellent. All right, now we can finally do some damage to the Godless Executioner. And Kai finishes him off. Thank you, Kai.
Such a good buddy.
Well, we still got a few more skeletons to mop up. All right, hit him with a electric lily.
Oh,
We're
no.
going to need to break his defense before we can do
Yeah.
some damage on him.
All right, I have to stop messing around. One
Oh,
moment.
Chris.
One moment.
There you go. Get
Corrosive
that health back.
Oh, it didn't work. I got potions.
All right.
Where
Resorting
we
to a
at? They're
potion.
up here.
I can't believe it.
I know, it's the first time all day, too.
Watch it back.
All right, there's the ranger.
This.
Another electric lily.
Yes, come into my electric pool of fun.
Left leg.
You, sir. I've had it with you. Yes.
Oh, Bristling Frost does it again.
All right, Kai, I need some help. Thank you.
Thankfully,
And
Kai's
again.
here to give us a hand.
Let's see what you got.
Boom. See?
Awesome.
You're
So
worried?
we built there's something more to find in this area, so we maybe need to look around. Hey, I see a purple crack in the floor.
There it is. What's that?
Yeah, what's that? Let's crouch down through this
Sneak
ivy.
through that.
I bet there's something back here. Ooh, a hole in the floor. Perfect.
Give
All right,
him a
good
moment
luck.
to get settled.
Ooh, he's fast.
He is fast. See, he's just acting like he's old. He's not that old.
Building up some good stun.
I'm a little out of breath.
Ooh.
I'm out of breath. Sir, please stop.
Kai doing some work.
Oh, I'm
no.
okay.
All right, second wind is
Second
activated.
wind.
We're up.
See, still not a death.
Down but not
technically.
out.
Not a death.
Bristling Frost activated. Let's do some
There we
frost
go.
accumulation, arcane veil, and corrosive siphon. Nice.
I will take some of the aggro.
Kai's using his companion ability. Now he's drawn the aggression. That's going to be really helpful for us.
Grenade action.
Little power
and
attack, grenade.
Boom.
So we have designed Avowed with a lot of vertical space in mind to make use of our parkour system. So it always pays when you're exploring. So have a look around and always look up. You never know what you'll find. Like this chest. Ooh, we've got an accessory and some crafting materials. Let's open up the inventory screen, take a look at that. So that's going to be Night Mistress's favor. This is going to give us additional essence for standing next to our companions. Essence is what spellcasters cast a tunnel full of water, so let's just have a swim as we go look for the expedition team. All right, it looks like we're coming into Sargamis's old workshop. We've got some Audra there attached to some wires, a number of animancy devices around. Yeah, so Audra is central to the universe of Pillars of Eternity, where the people, plants, animals die, their soul leaves their body, flies into the nearest Audra pillar, and then goes deep into the earth to re-enter the cycle. But let's see what's actually being locked here. Top down in the water. All right, it's a gate. Excellent. Ooh, and there's a chest back there. I want to know what's in that chest, but I don't see an easy way into this room.
Trying to ram it.
What?
I'm just gonna try to ram it.
Just trying to ram it?
Yeah.
Well, that's not working. So let's go back to that top level and see if there's another place we could look. Just check this area a little more thoroughly. All right, it looks like there's a breakable wall there with an explosion symbol on it. We're not going to be able to break that down with our swords, so we're going to need grenades. Nice.
I was gonna try ram it again, but I don't think you would have liked if I tried to ram it again.
Here we have an essence.
I'm on a cooking show where something's pre-cooked. You're like, and here's the chicken.
And here's the switch. Yes, you did it. All right, so the generator is running. We've got an accessory and some crafting materials. Let's pop open the inventory and see what we have. Band of Transcendent Suffering. So we're going to deal 10% additional damage, but also take 10% additional damage. It's a little risk, a little reward. I think it's going to be fun. Let's equip it.
I like it.
All right, back to swimming, following our quest beacon here. It looks like we're coming up on Sargamis's
Some
line.
time. Do you carry the splinter of Aethys?
I found the bodies of the expedition team in your workshop. Did you kill them?
Ah, I did not expect you to be so thorough in your explorations. Nevertheless, I am impressed. As to whether I killed them, well, that is a matter of semantics. Does death occur the moment the heart ceases beating, or when the soul is broken upon the wheel? In one sense, then they are quite dead. In another, they remain very much alive. In either case, they have entered a state of change, and the impetus was mine.
Let's see. It looks like we passed this perception check. You're going to put their souls in your statue, aren't you?
Yes, you and you alone see my purpose clearly. You see, I have given them the opportunity to be part of something larger than themselves. With your help, I shall give them a new commission: to prosecute the redemption of a god.
How do you expect to redeem Aethys?
Do you carry the relic I asked you to collect?
I do carry it.
We do.
Excellent. The relic you have retrieved was stolen from Aethys' body. He is bound to it, or it to him. And before the events at Ukaizo, he would speak to me through it. He speaks to me no longer, but I believe he resonates with the splinter yet, as I do. If I am correct, when it is placed in the statue, the magnifying power of the Ardra will draw him into it, and he will be trapped. Locked into the reliquary with a chorus of furious souls acting as his conscience. He will finally begin the work of making right all the wrong he has done. All that is left is for you to... Any... My god, Aethys, are you there? No, it's not working.
How long was he working on this again?
A few years.
Oof, this is going to be awkward conversation.
Yeah. See what he has to say.
My lord Aethys has not returned. Something is missing from my design. Something I did not account for. It must be the chime. Without its ringing, he cannot hear the statue's call. My cousin. You won't feel a thing.
The same way Obsidian's The Outer Worlds is. At least in the first of Avowed's areas, that means that developer Obsidian has put a focus on making sure that the entire space provides interesting adventures. Whether you're chasing side quests handed out by random characters populating the living land's biggest city, Paradis, or just rambling through the area to see what's there are plenty of rewards for exploration.
That looks like a totem to your burned queen.
There are bandit camps, ruins, half-destroyed hovels, and groups of dead soldiers surrounding the corpses of huge bears. The Living Lands is a place dense with stories and thick with secrets to uncover, and even wandering aimlessly through the wilderness feels like an adventure unto itself. We recently played the first 2 hours of Avowed during a preview event at Obsidian, which provided a sense of the way your path through the game's world begins to unfold. Notably, it's not long before you wind up with more or less complete freedom about what to do and how to do it. And even in the early going, Avowed provides you with a ton of freedom about how you want to approach the game, its story, and its combat systems. After delving into Avowed's expansive character creator, you're thrown into the world. Obsidian has previously detailed the setup for the story. You play a character named the Envoy to the Living Lands by the leader of a major nation of humans and elves, the Adia Empire. The Empire has interest in the Living Lands, a somewhat isolated island known for its harsh wilderness and harsher denizens. The place has a sort of Wild West frontier vibe. People head there when they are searching for a better life or when they want to disappear. It's not a completely uncivilized place, but plenty of the people who've made the Living Lands their home are the kind of rough and tumble folks you wouldn't want to tangle with.
Shove off, muttonhead. How's that for a parting word?
Into this individualistic, slightly lawless society comes the Adia Empire, establishing a foothold in the Living Lands that the locals view suspiciously as the first steps of colonialization and the establishment of order. As the Emperor's envoy, most people immediately view you with anything ranging from mild distrust to outright hostility. But the Living Lands also has a major problem: the Dream Scourge, a soul plague that's infecting people, wildlife, and the island itself. Essentially, those afflicted succumb to madness and fungal growths, and with no indication as to what it even is, much less how to stop it, the Emperor has dispatched you to conduct an investigation and find a way to deal with the problem. The Dream Scourge is a major threat to life in the Living Lands, and you get a first-hand look at the effects of the madness it inflicts when the Adirian outpost filled with your allies, fires its cannons on your approaching Eoran ship. You survive the wreck and find another crewmate on the beach, and together head to the outpost to find a way to continue your journey to the Living Lands. This early tutorial section of the game is mostly about fights with Zarup lizard people, who've taken up residence in the outpost after all the soldiers seem to have lost their minds and murdered each other. Right from the start, Avowed emphasizes its open class approach to combat. Part of character creation is picking your backstory as the envoy, with options like setting yourself as a war hero or arcane soldier, and what you pick determines your starting weapon. You're not locked into that choice, however, and as soon as you start finding other options like spears, pistols, swords, shields, and spell-slinging grimoires, you can wield them with no prerequisites or requirements. I previously got to try Avowed's combat during an hour-long preview at a Los Angeles Gamescom event, but that demo provided a shorter and more focused look at fighting within the game, with character builds that were set ahead of time by developers. Starting from scratch, things felt a lot more open. I quickly tossed my starting dagger for a sword and grimoire so that I was able to slice through enemies or blast them with a flamethrower from my hand, watching their health tick away as they smoldered and charred. There are a lot of options for any given fight too. You can store 2 weapon loadouts at a time and swap between them instantly, even mid-attack combo, which means it's easy to alternate between 2 completely different setups. Hitting enemies damages their health, while also pushing up a meter that tracks their stamina. When it maxes out, your opponent will be stunned, leaving them open for a weapon-specific special move that triggers automatically for a ton of damage. Stealth is also always an option. Enemies often won't detect you right away, and you can sneak up and clobber them from behind by moving through tall grass or avoiding their sightlines. And there are environmental elements you can utilize to help you out as well, like fiery berries you can shoot with a bow to start a blaze. In both previews I've played, I vibed pretty well with Avowed's combat, although even in the tutorial area it can be tough. The moment-to-moment thrust is in managing a stamina meter that dictates your attacks and, even more critically, your quick, agile dodges that can get you out of harm's way. Some enemies come at you with unblockable attacks, leaving you no option but to get clear. And staying alive means a lot of sidestepping to slip past a blow and land one of your own. Most attacks land quickly, so you can strike back and then get clear or block an incoming attack, although you can also gamble with stronger charged up blows using most weapons. Everything is quick and fluid though, and the ability to constantly dual wield weapons, whether 2 of the same blade or a main weapon like a spear and an offhand weapon like a pistol or grimoire, means it always feels like you have something up your sleeve. While you're given a lot of freedom in how you want to engage with enemies, the leveling system is much more structured. You can spend skill points in any of several skill trees, each named for a different character class, like fighter or ranger. That makes it a little easier to get a sense of how you're building your character along traditional lines, without Avowed locking you into a particular class. You also unlock special abilities that run on cooldown timers, and these give you easy ways to mix together the capabilities of different disciplines without really worrying about the skill tree at all. For instance, you can get the fighter's dash tackle ability, which you can use to wallop enemies for a big stun, or the ranger's entangling magic vines that temporarily root enemies into a specific spot. Even on the short walk to the next location for the main story though, there was plenty to see. The area around Paradis is objectively not huge, as I discovered walking around it, but it's not especially small either. Importantly though, it feels bigger than it is thanks to how much interesting stuff Obsidian has packed into it. Cutting to one side of the area, I stumbled on a tall ruined building or tower of some kind. It wasn't marked by an icon or any other clues, but just looked interesting. Climbing in, I found tripwires that triggered huge swinging blades, a set of barely working traps designed to keep people out that were now exposed to sunlight and easy to dodge. Further on, I was attacked by phantoms, which looked like spectral, smoky ghosts, and killing them allowed me to reach a chest filled with a high-quality piece of armor. The entire affair took about 10 minutes and was totally optional, but exploring that little tower was a rewarding diversion that gave a little more of a sense of the Living Lands. Avowed appears to be littered with situations like this. I found a decrepit, abandoned house not far away on the river, where journals told me about the struggles of the farmer who used to live there. A little way down the stream was another set of ruins where bandits had set up camp. They promptly killed me as Kai yelled in the background to warn me my weak starting armor couldn't handle their much better weapons. and that was all just stuff I happened across on my way back to town. The 2-hour demo we played also included some early bits of Avowed story. You track down the ambassador, have a weird encounter with a voiceless entity that seems to be the spirit of the living lands, and kill a huge bear afflicted with the dream scourge that's angry and covered in beautiful but horrific mushrooms. Those points are compelling, but maybe even more so are the little things that Obsidian has seeded throughout the living lands that you might miss, like that ailing farmhouse or those weird ruins. That also goes for the time you can spend with your companions. It's possible to set up camp at certain places where you can tend to things like improving your gear, and during those moments you can also talk to your pals about whatever's going on in the plot, their backstories, and more. Even 10 steps off the dock, I was surprised at how deep and expansive my camp conversations with Kai could be. There's a ton of story material in these moments, but it's all optional, allowing you to dig as deeply into the narrative and characters as you want.
How can I even thank you? You don't know the weight you've lifted from my heart.
Though we still have only seen a small portion of Avowed, it's the freedom to explore and the density of things to find, whether in combat, out in the world, or in conversations, that has me most intrigued. Avowed feels packed with things to discover for yourself, whether you're following the story or making your own way through the world. What we've seen of the living